Man, I don't know what's going on with the world today. It's kind
Bunch
of a
of
crazy
bullshit.
place. Society is just kind of taking a deep dive, especially as it pertains to, well, I don't know if we're 8 seconds into this or what, but related things.
Mm.
So I think it's time that we called on the horny police for this one because there's a lot of stories going on, and we just gotta address them one by one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we start off with Caresha, AKA Yung Miami, who has made it her second career to kind of overshare, especially as it pertains to this specific category of her life. She has topped herself essentially with this one. So much so that Black Twitter has decided to name P. Diddy P. Diddy.
Or make it a verb.
Yeah, make the P a verb because it is now a verb because she likes
P. Diddy.
golden showers.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, why I picked this one?
Oh Lord, what is it?
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shower if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak. Freak of the week, huh?
Hey, man, look. I'm not here to kink shame. I'm not here to play Peter Police. Whatever the fuck you do in private rooms is your business. It's your business. What I'm not going to do is co-sign bullshit. And telling the nation that you like to get urinated on is bullshit. That is absolutely something that you keep to your fucking self. It just is.
Yeah,
It's something that you keep to yourself.
sure.
That's nasty.
That's pretty
That's
gross.
nasty.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
PP? You like PP on you?
Yikes.
You are gross. You are gross. But see, that's the type of shit that you open up yourself for when you go out and tell the entire nation you like to be pissed on.
Yeah.
What is cute?
You open yourself up to major judgment from
There is no shame.
your fans.
There is no
No,
shame.
there is no shame.
No one is shamed. Again, everybody got their something, right? It's probably things that I do that people would find deplorable. I'm not going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to come out here and just blast my business all over the airwaves. First of all, was Trina on her show or was she on Trina's show? Because that vaguely looked like the setup to her show, but it seemed like Trina was interviewing her.
Trina does that a lot. Trina's very, very good at just opening up discussion, it seems like. More so than I would expect.
Even Trina said, well, shit, I've given one, but I ain't never taken one. That shit don't even have to be true. But it is the smartest thing that you can say in that situation without embarrassing a person. Without embarrassing Caresha.
Without co-signing.
Like, hey, yeah, I don't know what Shorty got going over here, but I ain't never took no pee-pee to the face. What's wrong with you?
Now, if I could look at the positive here, because there is a positive, there's a bright side to this.
Yo.
I have seen that there are people who make money in Dubai, and Beyonce is really good at performing. So she went over to Dubai and she performed, right? Because she's the greatest at it right now. Maybe there's a lane for Caresha to go over to Dubai and get some money.
Getting peed on?
That seems to be what they
Would
do
you
over in
pay
Dubai.
a woman to pee on her?
That's what they do over in Dubai.
Pee, like they pay the women to pee on them?
You ain't heard about, bro? We've talked about this the last time when we talked about secret societies. Dubai,
Nah, but that we fell off into
Dubai
some other
porta
shit.
potties.
They be on some weird shit over there, boy.
Dubai porta potties. Google it. Don't Google it. You probably don't want to
I
see
don't
it.
want to see it.
But yeah, Instagram models supposedly make a lot
Fly
of
out
money.
to Dubai to get pissed on. Y'all have no self-respect. Y'all have no. That's not a kink at that point.
That's been going on for a while too.
That is not a kink. It's one thing for somebody you messing with or somebody you regularly having sex with or anything like that. A booty call pull up to your house and you say, hey, let's do something real freaky. Put me in a bathtub and just release the load all over me. It's gross, but you know, it's within a reasonable amount of understandability in that. What's not understandable is, oh yeah, Emirate Prince, fly me out to Dubai and I'll lay down in a porta potty for you. That's gross.
For a bag.
That's nasty. One could be explained as a kink to your children later on in life. The other one, you're literally you're a sex worker at that point. Let me be nice about it.
Yeah.
You're a sex worker at that point.
Yes. And maybe there's a bag for Caresha as a third career. She can be a Dubai
And I'm
queen.
not trying to take nobody out of their stuff. If you like it, I might not like it, but clearly you love it, so do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But like the promotion, right? Yeah, girl, I just like it. Like it just do something to me. Some things you should keep to yourself. I think any type of pee-pee play should be kept to yourself.
Yeah, I would agree.
You messing with pee-pee? Ugh, yuck.
Let's move on.
Yuck.
So this has been in the news for probably a couple of weeks now. We've kind of avoided it, but it's time to talk about it, especially in this segment. The officer who was fired because
Officer Go Liver.
Yeah, because she's been swinging it around town in the precinct to whatever officer wants to catch it.
I don't know what's worse, that there were like 12 men in that department that she had sex with at the department, at the job, or the fact that her husband is staying with her.
That's pretty bad.
Like one person, cool. You kind of get over that. You know what I mean? Maybe you weren't being the most attentive husband. Maybe you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing to make her feel like a woman or anything like that. That stuff kind of happens. One person, we could work it out. 5 extra people. Like there was 5 more. Like you cheated once and then just decided to go back 5 more times within your department. There, at work. Fam, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, we just talked about kinks. Maybe said husband is into that shit.
That is completely possible. It's also possible that she could have gotten these partners because of that kink. We all know it's a thing. Let's not pretend it's not.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's as far as we need to go on that one. But yeah, one time, okay, fine. You meaning you literally got fired from your job from fucking on the job? No, hell no. Fuck no. Get the hell on.
The part that disturbs me the most is that she looks like Rachel Dolezal's before picture.
I don't think that was the point.
It was not the point.
I think she was willing, and that's about all you need to be when you're doing stuff like that.
I get it. Guys get to that point at certain moments, but when I heard said story, I kind of expected different.
Gross. Horny police, go get her. Pick her up. Wee woo, wee boo, wee woo.
All right. The third topic that we got to talk about of 4. So there was a little bit of a viral video this week on Twitter that made the rounds. There was a gentleman who self-snitched and told the world about how he paid $5,000 to $6,000 for a girl to come meet him out of town, someplace. I don't know if it was Miami, Vegas, wherever. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Nope, I'm not getting touched. I don't want to deal with you that way."
Let me explain to y'all. Let me explain to y'all the story. I flew this way from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Been talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I done spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody touching her. Man, you got me up. You mean? Well, you can leave. First of all, hold up. First she talking about she don't even fly Spirit, right? The talking about she don't fly Spirit. No. Okay, so I get her so I get her Delta. That's damn near $600-700 last minute, right? Okay. So plus her bags, check-in, all that shit. We go get her the Uber, all that shit. Then I'm damn near at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not done anything? But you should have knew what it was if I flew you out here though. Why come out here then? What do you mean? So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know what? I ain't gonna even be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that. Okay, so why the would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to on that?
You though.
I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You knew what it was.
You want to spend money.
I spent 5 G's on you. What are you talking about? 5 G's. What are you talking about? So look, she did and did. Oh, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty tomorrow she hungry. So call him. Pack all this shit. I'll help you leave. Pack all this bum shit up. Pack all this shit. Pack all that shit up. It's not even about the. It's not even about. It's really about the money because it ain't about nothing. You feel me? It ain't about nothing. So listen, we get up the flight. Let me tell a story. We get off the flight. So I'm like, we went back to the room. Well, she like, I'm hungry. I'm all right. Well, let's go to a little restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something to eat. She like, oh, nah, I only eat the best. I want some crab legs. That's nothing. So we go to the restaurant. I spent damn near ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs. I'm buying all that shit, though, being a pure gentleman.
Who do you want me to address first, the man or the woman?
They both need to be addressed.
Who we going after first?
Let's go after the woman because I think there's probably more to be said about the guy.
Okay. All right. First of all, Shorty, you don't want to have sex with homeboy at any point of your encounter with him. You don't have to have sex with homeboy.
Yep.
There's no amount of fancy dinners or flights that guarantees your box to another man, regardless of how much he's paying. That's just period, point blank. You well within your rights to say no at any time that you want to say no.
Yep.
However, if I put $5,000 in your hand before we ever met up, I think you know exactly what he's looking for.
The expectations are there.
I think you know exactly what he's looking for. And what you should have told that man when he offered to fly you out was no thank you. Because not only do you know what he's looking for, but you know that you may or may not be down to capitulate that way. Why put yourself in a situation with somebody who's clearly thinking that they could buy the box? It's clear. That's clear as day. If a man's never met you and he sent you thousands of dollars to meet you, it's more than likely about sex.
She thought she could finesse the trip.
It's more than likely about sex. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm gonna have this nigga trick on me. I'm gonna go on this free trip. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna enjoy the sights, and I'm gonna come home.
Yeah, because if I don't consent, there's nothing.
Yeah, if we fuck, we fuck. If not, his loss.
Which is entering yourself into a
dangerous situation.
Very dangerous.
You
got the best case scenario that
you playing with your life for a plane ticket. It's not worth it. You playing with your life for a plane ticket. Because as mad as homeboy got, it's a lot of niggas that would have got that mad and would have had no thought about pulling up no damn recording device.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with that? It's a lot of niggas who would have got just that angry and would have never thought about picking up their phone. Don't play these goofy tricking games. Be on the same page. How hard is it for niggas to be honest with each other? And this is a I guess a segue back to the dude, right? As I said when we were addressing Shorty, she doesn't have to give you the box, fam. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. She does not have to fuck you.
Yes, correct. Consent is consent.
What are you talking about? So have a daughter, send that daughter out into the world, have a man spend money on that daughter, and then have that man tell her that she's obligated to fuck him because he spent a bunch of money. Number two, this shit is extremely goofy. You look like a loser.
Self-snitching is
You
wild.
look like a lame. Crying at the top of your lungs that this woman won't have sex with you. Oh, I spent this. I spent that. Use a trick. You a trick. I spent all this money we've been eating all these days and da-da-da-da-da-da. Use a trick and you got.
He is a lick. He is a cum.
Yeah, you a lick. You a lick. Because if it was just about the money, if it was just like, all right, well, I paid for this, I should be getting what I paid for. Fam, it's not Shorty you looking for. It's one of them women of the night. Head up the block. Found one of them roundaways. It's like you want them to behave in the manner of a prostitute, but you don't want a prostitute. You look down on prostitutes, but you want the women to behave as prostitutes.
Yep.
You won't go engage and just go buy the sex, even though that's clearly what you want. It's all you niggas really want to do is buy it. It's not about game anymore.
It's who's got the biggest pockets.
You know what? I seen somebody talking about this the other day, and they was like, that's why they used to call it getting lucky. Because it didn't matter how much time or effort you put into, the woman. At the end of the day, if you got the draws, that was an accomplishment. Because again, fancy dinner, movie, hotel room aside, she does not have to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're looking for a woman to have sex with you because you gave them a bunch of money, that is a prostitute. And I'm not shaming you for going with them. Y'all are the same type of niggas who shame dudes who buy box. But then you get mad at females who don't give you box because you spend a whole bunch of money on them. You want the perks of being with prostitutes, but you don't want the women to actually be prostitutes. Which is
not how the game works.
You want to have the moral high ground, but you also want to have women fall at the whim of your dollar. I'm sure wherever you was at, fam, it's a whole industry of sex workers. And you wouldn't have had to fly them out. You wouldn't have had to buy them dinner. Just pay them. Get done what you want to get done. If you got the money too, if you got it like that, you can get you something nice.
Hell, probably would have been cheaper.
You can get you something nice. And they're not going to argue with you about it. You're not going to have to argue with them about getting by. Arguing with someone over having sex is embarrassing.
Especially so when it's over TikTok.
It's embarrassing, fam. That didn't make you look good. Arguing with a woman over her having sex with you is loser behavior. Period. I don't care how much money you spent. If you that tight about not getting the box, then have the nerve to be like, oh, I got another girl coming over. And blah, 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 blah. He sound like you at Waffle House.
That's crazy.
And he sound like you at Waffle House.
That is wild. That's totally getting edited out.
We don't need you hoes. We got hoes back at the crib.
That entire thing. See, now is not a time to be the laugh track. This whole thing's getting edited out.
Hell no. I'm going to talk about it there. We don't need you hoes. We got hoes back in the crib.
You can say it as many times as you want.
I'm going to say it now and I'm going to say it at the end. If you just want to have fucking irky jerk editing, then go ahead. I'm going to say it enough to make it stick.
That's nuts. Anyway.
That's hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. Oddly enough, those were the type of women you could pay. But anyways.
No, those definitely were. 1,000%. We was young and dumb. Anyway, so last segment, you threw me the fuck off with that one. Last segment we got to talk about is your girl, Kiely, from 3LW / the Cheetah Girls. Who
by far the most embarrassing. By far.
To self-snitch as well. And talk about how she went through a little hoe phase, like most girls do.
A little one?
And she decided to, be with, a member or two or three of B2K.
Of all the members that don't matter, too. It's like, of all of the dastardly deeds. Yeah, just about everybody except for Omarion. God
except the
damn.
one. Yeah, no. Fizz, J-Boog, Razby, those guys. The backups.
Lady.
Did you ever date Razby from B2K?
Date is a loose word. Date is I wouldn't give that definition. I think I said entanglement. With
but
all of them except for Omari.
Was the entanglement
I've
at
grown.
the same time?
I can admit it. Everybody has their hoe days. Let them have them. We can look back on them days when we're older and be like, yeah, I was out there thotting.
So wait,
Yeah,
Kiely, Fizz, J-Boog, Razby at the same damn time?
only one time. That's only a one-time thing.
All you had to do is say, yeah, I dated. Period. Period.
Because all of that would have been believable. It wouldn't have
It went from dating rumors with Razby to I had sex with multiple members to I had sex with multiple members at one time, oh, none of them were Omarion. There would have maybe there was a little bit of saving grace if you could have dragged the golden child into the mud with you. But you fucked all the niggas who ended up broke afterwards.
The saving grace,
and you
for
let them
me-
run a train on you. Like,
Yeah, that's wild.
hey, look, listen. I don't know who needs to hear this. But two people doing you, not doing each other, but doing you, is not a threesome.
And this is 3.
Doesn't have anything to do with the configuration of the genders that are involved. But if there's two people doing you and not doing each other, that is a train.
1,000%.
Not a threesome.
1,000%.
Not a threesome. At all. A throuple shares equally. They banged you out. That's all that happened.
The saving grace for me was at the very end of the clip. She goes, at one time. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, like, she made the clarification that it was a train.
Yeah. Like I could have been like, oh, you've been with all 3 of them at different times. Okay, understandable.
I don't care. I got kids now. Shame.
Her kids are going to get the
Shame.
same fucking jokes that OnlyFans moms get.
I don't understand it. What? You have a kid now, so now it's okay to admit that you got ran the train on by the other members of B2K. Oh dear Lord.
The others.
The others.
Whew, yikes.
I don't get where the shame is no longer there. So what is a shameful act? What is a shameful act anymore? What is something that you wouldn't want the public to know?
Well, it's not getting peed on. It's not having sex with all of your coworkers. It's not.
It's surely
at
not.
the same time with people.
It's surely not spending thousands of dollars on a woman that I'm not sleeping with.
And
That's
telling
not
on
embarrassing
yourself.
enough to keep to yourself.
Yep.
The urine, a train ran. There is nothing that is so embarrassing that people want to keep to themselves anymore.
Any other stories or?
No,
thoughts?
thank God. Thank God. Give us your thoughts on this depravity in the thoughts in the prompt below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
And let us know if we should make this a more permanent segment.
No, don't let us know. It's not going to be permanent. It's absolutely not.
Oh man, no. I'm sure we've got some sort of shameless act as a related video here, and then also make sure you subscribe anytime we hear any stories like this. We'll be sure to probably cover it in our W's and L's. This just kind of happened, but
Oh yeah, it was like 3 of them. Not Omarion, not the famous one. It was just
not B 2K.
2K. Yeah. It was 2K.